right, you're jumping the shot. Welcome to the Please Subscribe show, September 16th, 2023 is the recording of this. There's a jet fighter flying over. Got a big day. I'm gonna go out to the airport. Linda's gonna serve food to people, and we're gonna go to a special theater called Hip Pocket Theater, at least I am, to see a pantomime named Johnny Simons. All right, we'll see y'all later. All right.
Awesome.
All right, that's our itinerary. Right, kitty? Meow. All right, 74 degrees Fahrenheit. We're dealing with 1,900 or 193,179 miles on the speedometer. There's Linda. I'm Cole. Welcome to the Please Subscribe show. It's September 16th, 2023, and we are headed on. There's Kitty. And today's road adventure breakfast is, what is it, Linda? Spaghetti?
Spaghetti with peppers.
And that's like
American
a piece of cheese.
A little bit of ground beef.
I would eat it, but I'll slop it all over myself while I'm driving, so I want to get a clean dog at a gas station. Not a cat, it'll be a dog. A hot dog. It's the same plane that was flying over, waking us up. It's an F-22 Raptor or something of that nature. There it is again. I wonder what kind of jet fighter that is. I'm guessing an F-22.
What's he doing? I just do a cigarette or something.
This is where we look at G-Force with Kitty. Pretty good, Kitty. Not as crowded as usual. It's a Saturday. All right, got the $1.50 dog. I'm gonna conserve footage, so I'm going to a pantomime show tonight, Hip Pocket. So it's called Old and in the Way. So I'm gonna kind of economize shots. But I did get some relish. So. All right, next shot should be to the airport. This is a VOR beacon. Very high omni radio. It's like a I gotta look up what the word omni is, but it's very high frequency omni radio. And then it's also a DME, which is a distance measuring equipment. That's what it stands for, DME VOR. I got that from Kentucky Ranger. I just have to brush up on the Omni part, but it basically what it does, it sends out a double pulse of radio waves to the airplane, which bounces off the airplane, and the airplane, the commercial airliner, will know the distance. It's a secondary device, so it's not their primary device of radar. And it does say radio, but it probably means radar. But they use it as a secondary device to find out their distance from the ground at a slant. That's what the VOR means, rather than GPS. GPS, which is what you're using on your phone, it measures you on the ground. So as you're traveling around the ground, that device will measure in radio waves at a slant, at an angle. That's how airplanes can know exactly their distance. It's pretty important, but it's used as a secondary device. It's kind of a backup device. That's kind of why they put it up there at the front of the airport. The real important stuff is going to be like, shielded within, the airport or whatever. But I'll look up the exact pronunciation of the VOR. DME is just, all it means is distance measuring equipment. I'll look it up later. I know it's very high omni radio is what VOR is. There's just another way, there's another word for in the omni aspect of it. I think omni means almost like omniscient, like it's all over the sky, so it spreads out throughout the sky. It's like a beacon. It's basically a beacon dish. Think of the ships out to sea, the lighthouse, only they're using radio waves to know where they're at. A radar waves to know where they're at. It's almost like a lighthouse, but rather using light, they use radio. I guess we're looking for you, Victor. So from Washington, D.C., back up quickly. All right. Pretty cool lady. She's from Washington, D.C. Got some information about DFW International Airport. It's like, I think maybe the largest or the second largest, but it's got 763 million passengers, I guess, that it holds or whatever. It's an amazing size airport. Still haven't got the landmass on it though. I'm still looking that up. But Denver is supposedly, I think, the largest, like when it comes to landmass. But the most populated airport is LAX. That's what I'm hearing. This is all debatable stuff though. The DFW is at 763 million passengers. It's got terminal A, B, C, D, and E. It's like a zip code. There's Carvana. You can have your car dispensed from this car dispenser right here from Carvana. I thought you could have it delivered to your door, but I don't know. I know for sure you can bring the coin there and they'll dispense the car too. From Arkansas. You know, it's interesting about famous people. There's actually people that are famous that have never been in front of a movie camera. There's only been movie stars for about 100 years. For example, Abraham Lincoln. People know how he talks and how he looked because of photos. I don't know if they have a recording of him. I'm not for sure if they do. Like an audio recording of him. But they know how he talks because he's been played by many different actors and stuff, and they usually always play him about the same as Daniel Day-Lewis played him in Spielberg's version. Isn't that strange? There's been 46 presidents too, and not all of them are famous either. Usually a president is a celebrity for about 40 years, maybe 50 years. Like, who was the 34th president of the United States? Do you know that? Right? How did he talk? What did he look like? You have to get a photo to be reminded. Fame is a very weird thing. But the movie camera has made it, you know, different. Because now there are far more people that are famous and are celebrities. You know, and also throughout time, like, how did Moses talk? Well, we have kind of an idea, but we don't know. But Moses was famous, you know. Jesus was famous, and usually he's played about the same to a certain degree. Usually the same haircut, the same robe. You know, it's interesting, you know. But there's no recordings of him that we know of. There's paintings, and that's about it. That's an interesting thing to study. Especially with Abraham Lincoln, because he's always played the same way. Four score, you know, all that kind of stuff. 4 years. Oh, sorry. 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth upon this continent. You know, he's always played kind of like 407 years ago, our fathers brought forth upon this continent. So Lincoln was talking about 87 years on 407 years ago, which was 1776, what he was talking about, done in 1863. So he gave the speech in 1863, a couple of years before the end of the Civil War. He was talking about liberty and how God created men on an equal scale. We're created equally. All men are created equally. And that's what Abraham Lincoln was talking about. But he's referring to 87 years. So 4 score. Each score would be 20 years. So 4 times 20 is 80, plus 7 years ago, which would have been 87 years ago from 1863, landing in 1776, you know, the Declaration of Independence. He was referring back to the Declaration of Independence. We're going to look at an airplane flying over. And And what Abraham Lincoln was talking about was the Gettysburg Address. The Gettysburg Address. Gettysburg Address. Check it out.
Please hold your ID and your body pass. Thank you for flying Spirit Airlines. We appreciate your business. The announcement is for Spirit guests going to Oakland, California. Spirit guests going to drop off your bag. This announcement is for Spirit guests going to Oakland, California.
All right. That was Straton. He has a catering business out of West Texas. They got Catering of the Year. He's going to send me information later on about his catering business, and I said I'd put it on the show. He's having a little car issue, so I may help him out around this area and stuff until he gets his car back from the shop. But he's a pretty cool dude. He runs his own catering. So he's got like a wedding coming up, all kinds of stuff. So if he sends me information, I will be advertising him probably visually, like using phone number, and then also talking about his business. So his mom started the business about 30 years ago or so and got him started in the actual catering business. So his mom actually got him in business doing catering. And he went to professional culinary school. Culinary school is like where you learn how to be like a gourmet chef. Pretty cool guy, high energy. He likes to make things like enchiladas, all different types of dishes he specializes in, and I'll get more information on that when I get his menu. And he runs a lot of it from his own kitchen, from his own place where he lives. It's like a home business. So those are the things I highly support on my show. And anytime you want your business advertised, if it's coming out of Fort Worth or anywhere, Dallas, or anywhere in the world, just let me know. I do most all my advertisement at no charge at all. I don't charge you to talk about your business at all. You get free advertisement on the show. Now, right now we're at 700 subscribers. We're gonna look at West Magnolia. But when we get higher in subscribers, I probably still won't charge for advertisement. It's just something I like to do. All right, this is West Magnolia. Right there is Cane Rosa. It's a really great place to get a pizza. And if you like a lot of Comic-Con kind of like pictures on the wall, like a Picard or Luke Skywalker, things like that, they have like a theme in there where it's really cool. Now this area is the West Magnolia area. It's really cool to open a restaurant if you're trying to like start a theater or something, or if you're a musician, you would probably know about this area in Fort Worth. It's an amazing area. Hip Pocket Theater actually had their theater here for a little while. I think it was a couple seasons, or at least one season. That's where I did Swank City. Swank City. Writer Pete Gooch was the playwright on that. It's like one of their guest playwrights at Hip Pocket. Gus's little chicken place right over here. They do fried chicken. I hear they're really good. It's world famous. It's a world famous fried chicken. Looks like that guy had a couple pieces. Then there's the Magnolia right here. Looks like they're in process. There's Henderson. There's Cherry. Carton's shoes. I haven't been able to check them out yet. It's a pretty cool place to get shoes. Also, if you know who Circle Theater is, they're downtown Fort Worth. They're a really great theater. They started up here, or they didn't start up here, but they were here for a while in this building. I did a play there called it was called North Pole Nightmare at the Magnolia Center. I played Monty the Mountie. I had a thing where I went, I'm a Monty like my father, we both look good in red. There's a mural right there. Circle got downtown, so they got a downtown location. They've got like a really good area for a theater. It's called The Coffee. It's a cool little restaurant with a moose. It's called the Lazy Moose right here. The moose is loose. And there is Benito's right here. Authentic food. salsa limon, salsa limon. More restaurants get added here in West Magnolia. It gets crazy. There's also, I'm going to keep it running. There's a sushi place too that I highly recommend because I was in the food delivery business for quite a bit of time. Head back over this way. We're right in the medical district over this way. That's what they call it. It's right there. It's Wabi House. W-A-B-I House. They're really cool. Sushi. Wabi House. So Straton Smith, I will be posting his menu because he does catering. He does specialize in fajita trio. So it's a fajita trio dish. It does have street corn and chili verde and things like that. So I'm going to show you kind of his menu on the show, like right here. And I'll be advertising Straton Smith's catering business coming out of Fort Worth. So check him out. Great caterer. He does weddings, he'll do parties. If you're in the film industry, I was talking to him like I'm trying to get in the film industry. Catering is very important. You want to make sure your actors are fed. Also, I do play readings and stuff like that, and I usually will do some type of catering if I do a play reading. So it can help in all different facets of business. Even your business can flourish. I don't know his pricing, but I'm sure he'll negotiate something with you. His name is Straton Smith. He's a caterer right out of Fort Worth. And I'll be posting his menu right here. Hopefully his information's on the menu. If not, I can leave a phone number. I'll have to approve that with him though. So I went in to get a couple of tacos, and I realized that I actually had 40 points on my app to get a free Jumbo Jack. So we're going to do a couple tacos and a Jumbo Jack at the old Jack in a Box. It's a cool bird up there, right there. Yeah, some lady busted through the door out there. She's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Oh no, I do a YouTube show. I'm just doing free advertisement for your store." She's like, "Oh, okay." tomatoes, and the burger, and the napkin. Yeah, they have the deals big time. I got all this for $1.07. So 2 tacos and this because I use their app. That's a dang good deal. You get 2 tacos and that $1.07. I had 40 points on my app. I think it was 47 points. So that is a radio beacon. It's a VOR radio beacon. Okay, that's a VOR. It's a radio beacon. So it's very high frequency, omnidirectional radar or radio. So VOR is very high frequency omnidirection radio, and it's a DME, which is a distance measuring equipment. That's what it stands for. Kentucky Ranger made a comment about it. It's basically there to send out 2 pulse radar signals to the plane, and it bounces back so the plane knows the distance on a slant from the ground. So it's slanted, how the pulse, but it's omnidirectional, so it goes out throughout the sky. We'll be talking about that because we passed by it quite a bit. They used it in World War II. That's where the technology came out of. It's a secondary device used, so it's the importance of it is secondary, but it's still used for the pilots to know their distance from the ground. That's actually Alphonse. He's from France. Helped him out yesterday. A lot of people coming in from Washington to watch the Cowboys. I think it's the second person that came up from north to see the Cowboys and the Jets. Town Place. This is Hurricane Harbor right here. Yep, there's the stadium. Yeah, these people, they fly in, they'll get like, you know, Airbnbs or stay at like, you know, a hotel right here. It's an easy trip. And I mean, he's literally just walking distance from the stadium. This is Hurricane Harbor. If you're in the mood to put on your shorts and jump on a water slide, look at all the pretty women. I don't know the price on Hurricane Harbor though. And there's the baseball stadium, the old one, Choctaw. Life Globe is right there. And there it is, AT&T Stadium. Cowboys playing tomorrow, New York Jets. I have a prediction they are gonna beat the New York Jets, Dallas Cowboys, and if they do, it'll be a prediction that they make it to the playoffs. Because this is their first official home game. Don't know what they are now. I think they're, because of preseason, I think this counts as the first game. I'll check it out in a minute. That's the stadium. Prescott may take us all the way to the Super Bowl. We'll have to find out. A lot of people flying around to watch them though. They're hot dudes. All right, we're gonna head back and do some reading. Read over that werewolf screenplay. Usually when I mention the werewolf screenplay, people just kind of laugh. I didn't get to do the reading last night. The vlog was too big, and it may be the same tonight. Depending on how much footage I get of Hip Pocket. Living in a cave, I understand, but if you haven't noticed, TurboTax got sued, and I'll explain why. Okay, so I have money in child support, so when I filed my taxes, it was a W-2 for Einstein Bagels. So it wasn't a lot of money I was getting back, but it was $100 and something. Let's say it was like $150 that I was getting back. I think it came out to like $200, but I was going to get back $150. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm going to get some money back. So TurboTax, since I was filing W-2, they went ahead and approved of it and took the charge, which it should have been free anyway. And they had been charging me over the years on some kind of program, and I found out from Linda that they never charged her anything to file her taxes, especially with Einstein Bagels. Well, what ended up happening was when the money was due back to me, the government took it because I owed money to them. So they took the money from me, and TurboTax had nothing to take. So what did they do? They dipped into my account. Well, I had to explain it to the bank, and the bank that I worked for, and they understood. They saw it as kind of like fraud, or they saw it as not a right. It was not a legit take. You know what I mean? Like when they took the money, or whenever they hit that account. This is coming from TurboTax, a huge business. Because I didn't give them any permission to take the money out of my account. They had already told me that they were going to give me money, put money in my account, which was like $150, but they ended up taking $150 from my account or something like that a while back. They did it twice, which really was bad because I got 2 like NSF fees or whatever, Well, the bank understood and they sided with me, and they credited me the money, so I was able to, you know, make that up. The problem was that later on I get a letter in the mail, and TurboTax got sued for doing this kind of stuff over the years. They were charging people when they didn't need to charge people. Some kind of thing they offered or something that was, you know, in the fine print. And so they owe me like a $28 check that's supposed to be coming in the mail. I haven't seen it, but it's like a class action lawsuit against TurboTax. You can do the research on it if you look at an article. So I've decided not to use TurboTax, even though they are kind of good, don't get me wrong. But I decided not to use them for a while because they hit my account really hard, but luckily I got it all back. Jackson Hewitt's pretty good, although they rejected one of my 1099s, so I filed with a 1099. I tried to do it through Turbo, and then I just went ahead and did W-2 with Turbo. I was told not to do that. Like, next time when you file with a W-2 and a 1099, file them together with the same service. So if you use Jackson Hewitt or if you use TurboTax, use them both with the same service, your W-2s and your 1099s. You want to file them on the same service. Whether it be Jackson Hewitt, TurboTax, or whoever you decide to use, H&R Block, you know. But it's 1099s are kind of difficult to push through. I would suggest with the 1099 to use a CPA.